Okay, so it's literally my mom's birthday tomorrow and I have nothing planned. Wow, I am dumb. I wonder if Sarah has anything planned. Hey, Sarah.
Yeah? What?
Do you have anything planned for mom's birthday tomorrow?
Mom's birthday's tomorrow?
What? Yes, it's always on the 15th.
Well, what are you gonna do?
That's why I came to you.
Well, who does she like?
Harley Quinn?
No, that's been done.
Deadpool?
That's been overdone.
Black Panther?
No, you did that before.
What about Storm?
Does she even like Storm?
Of course she does.
Okay, well, I got it. HQP and Black Storm.
I'm sorry, what? Hello everyone, Kaiser here.
And Sarah.
And riddle me this. What do you get when you take a short-lived comic series dubbed by Marvel and DC that takes two of their most iconic characters, mashes them together, and take that into 2021, but with action figures?
Shenanigans?
No, you get the concept you came up with, which is HQP and Black Storm.
Watch them like
Oh,
some
right.
like stream.
Which is what this video is going to be for today. In this video, we will be talking about two mashup characters that me and my mom created together, which is HQP, aka Harley Quinn Pool, and Black Storm, which should hopefully be pretty obvious. This was honestly a really fun project to do, especially since it kind of came out of nowhere. We just thought it would be cool to mash up these two characters, or these four characters I should say, and see how they would come out. And I have to say, I'm really happy with the results.
Yeah, they're really cool. They're four of my favorite characters, so coming up with the idea with my son was a really fun little project.
So with that, let's get into the work in progress, which hopefully shouldn't take too long.
First, we'll start with the work in progress, which shouldn't be too hard because they're both mostly just repaints.
Yeah, when it comes to the bases we decided to use for these figures, the ones we found were actually pretty suitable for the concepts that we had in our head. So it wasn't exactly a lot of work put into them, at least when it came to painting. So starting with HQP, the design we went with is pretty similar to her original Jester outfit. So when it came to painting it, wasn't all too hard. The base we used was a Marvel Legends Gwenpool, which, to me at least, seemed like the perfect buy to use for a Harley Quinn Deadpool mashup. But there were still a few things that we had to put a little bit more effort into in order to get the design we wanted. And one of those was the tattoos. My mom really likes the tattoo design that Harley Quinn had in Suicide Squad, so we decided to replicate that for this mashup figure.
Yeah, Mom had a hard time putting those tiny little designs on a 6-inch figure's legs. She had to use magnifiers and everything. She first drew out the tattoos and then she outlined them in black. Let's just say her eyes were hurting by the end of it.
But all went well and we were able to get the tattoo design that we wanted. Another thing that we decided to change, or at least add, was the head. We knew that we wanted a head that, showed off Harley Quinn, but we wanted to keep it, again, similar to the classic Harley Quinn design, which, as far as I know, is my mom's favorite. So the head we used actually came from a DC Superheroes Girls, which I found at a thrift store. It was really convenient, honestly. And all we really did to that was we cut the pigtails down to a much more suitable size since they were kind of big, got rid of the red and blue highlights, and that was really it, honestly. I guess we kind of wanted to go for a shaggy or kind of faded hair look for this Harley Quinn. And while I will admit that the head does look a bit cartoony, obviously, I'd say it still fits pretty well. And there was one more thing we decided to add, which was kind of a funny little nod to Joker, and that's his backpack.
Yeah, the backpack was a penguin on the Gwenpool, but Mom thought it would be a great idea to change it to her pudding and put X's over his eyes, because to her, he's dead. So she just carries him as a reminder on her back.
So yeah, that's all we really did for HQP. I'd say it worked out pretty well. But we still have another figure to get to, and that is Black Storm. So when it comes to Black Storm, it's a combination of both Storm from the X-Men and Black Panther.
Obviously.
And I will say this, I am surprised this has never been done in comics before, since as far as we know, there have been plenty of times where she's married to Black Panther in the comics, but she's never actually taken up the role of Black Panther herself. So I like to see this as kind of a what if Marvel storyline where she does decide to take up the role of Black Panther. And if she ever did in the comics, let me know, because I sure as hell don't. But onto the figure, this was, out of the two, the hardest one to actually work on in terms of actually getting the pieces. Because for this, if you want to do it yourself, you're going to need a Marvel Legends Storm, the classic version, a Marvel Legends MCU Wasp, the arms from the Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure Okoye, which in case you didn't remember, Okoye is Black Panther's bodyguard, and the head of Marvel Legends White Tiger. And the only reason I got that head was so I could have a maxed Storm head for this figure. This probably costs a lot more than it should, especially that Marvel Legends White Tiger, since it's kind of hard to come by.
Yeah, this one was really intricate. Just to get the Black Panther armored look, and the hooded look, and the non-hooded look. It took 3 different figures, way more cash that should have been spent, but she came out beautiful.
And hey, that's the life of a customizer, buying overpriced figures to get your dream figure. But aside from all of that, it was still a fun repaint to do. And again, that's mostly what this figure is, since I repainted pretty much the entire body with a black spray paint. I repainted the Okoye arms. That's all it really is. And I decided to go with a gold accent color because black and gold just go very well together, especially on Storm. And for the maxed head, it took a bit more, I guess I should say, painting. But all I really did was I honestly just inverted the colors. I made her white head black and her black hair white. And I did add a little bit more to it, kind of like these lightning bolts on the mask, just to give it a bit more detail. But aside from that, there is not much to it. It is straight up a repaint, but I'd say it's a very good repaint. I say the Marvel Legends MCU Wasp was a good choice for kind of a Black Panther inspired look, especially if we're going off the MCU, obviously. I'd say it worked pretty well, and I was originally going to use the arms for the MCU Wasp, but I decided that the Okoye arms worked better. They look a bit more like, you know, Black Panther's Wakandian tradition, design, culture, whatever you want to say. It just worked better. And the claws from the Marvel Legends White Tiger also work pretty well, since obviously Black Panther has claws, and I'd say it fits pretty well with Storm, or Black Storm I should say.
Yeah, she took a lot of time, but the outcome was great. I like the lightning bolts, just to, you know, a little nod to Storm and her lightning powers, and it was good. There was a cape that was supposed to be happening, but we couldn't decide on a cape. So when we get a cape, we'll give update pictures with the cape.
Yeah. So, with all that being said, let's get into the general talking points and some more things about the figure. And here we have both Black Storm and HQP, and one thing I noticed about these designs is that even though they're supposed to be a mashup of two characters, they kind of fit well as just the characters in new outfits. At least to me, when I look at these, it kind of just makes me think of what if Storm had a Black Panther suit, and what if Harley Quinn started dating Deadpool and decided to look more like him? That's the vibe I get from it, and I just find that kind of funny. But starting with Black Storm here, yeah, for the most part, I decided to go with a gold color scheme, since for one, a lot of Storm's outfits, when it comes to her wearing mostly black, they'll usually have gold as like an accent color or a secondary color. And I think that's just a pretty good choice. And it also makes sense since before the MCU, a lot of Black Panther suits would have gold, which is funny since they gave kind of like the gold coloring to Killmonger in the MCU. But yeah, in the comics, it would either be a gold coloring or he would have a very dark blue. So I thought giving Storm the the gold coloring for her outfit worked pretty well. And on the back, you can see that I did paint it as well. Like I said, there isn't a lot done to it, but I think it works for a Black Panther suit because of all like the little details that you can see like in the legs, on the body, and especially the arms. Again, I think the Okoye arms were a good choice to just kind of make them look more like they came from Wakanda. Like this is a suit made from that place. I think it just works pretty well. One thing about this figure that's kind of annoying is the fact that since Storm's head has all that hair and it's heavy, she can't really stand well, so it takes a while to balance her out. But if we go to HQP, like I said, it just seems like Harley Quinn doing a cosplay of Deadpool. But again, I really like it since there are just a few elements of Deadpool, like the armor on her legs, the belt, stuff like that. And obviously that comes from the fact that this is mostly a Gwenpool body, which again, I thought was a pretty good choice since, especially for the heads, having her kind of like crazy, I wouldn't say crazy, but Gwenpool is a very positive, hyperactive person, and the faces just seem to work for Harley Quinn. So I say it was definitely a good choice. For the unmaxed head, which I don't have here, that'll be coming up soon, I do wish we could have found a more realistic looking Harley Quinn head, but again, the one we use isn't too bad. As you can see, the coloring for the most part is just a simple black and white. The fishnets are, I do wish they were a bit more flexible, but they can get out of the way when moving your legs and stuff. So yeah, like I said, not too much to go, see what I mean? Not too much to go into, but I say it's pretty effective for these designs. And probably the best part to come out of this little project was all the accessories that we were able to do. So if I can get Black Storm to stand, please. Thank you. We will be going over the accessories now, and for the most part, I will be, my mom will be doing that. So,
hey guys, this is Kaiser's mom, and I'm going to be talking about the accessories that we did for Black Storm and HQP. First, we're going to start with Storm. This is her lightning effect that we did. We wanted to keep some of the elements of Storm in Black Storm, so we gave her this lightning effect. And then we have her hooded face when she's in full Black Panther mode with her white ponytail and the really cool lightning effects on her mask. Then on to HQP. We have Harley Quinn's signature bat. It says good night on both sides. It has tape at the bottom and a cute Harley Quinn print at the bottom. Then we're going to move on to Harley's iconic hammer. You see the Harley Quinn print in the middle. On one side it has a happy dead face. On the other side you'll see the eye of Harley Quinn and the eye of Deadpool. And then around the top it says, "Am I killing you or are you killing me?" And then at the bottom it says, "Ha ha ha, wanna play." Then we're going to move on to her arsenal of guns. We have several handguns that I painted black and red. There's one more. And then we have a sawed-off shotgun that I also painted black and red. We have a sniper rifle. And lastly, an assault rifle. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I think it's an assault rifle. Then we're going to move on to her hands. We have two grippy hands. We have two hands that if you put them together, you make a heart. Cute. Very Harley Quinn. We have a gripping hand, an open palm hand, and we also have a hand that holds a phone. We had Gwenpool and she had a phone, and this hand we gave to Harley too. And that's all of the accessories that we have. Thank you guys. Bye.
And here we have a few action figures to compare them to. We have Black Panther, Lady Deadpool, and Gwenpool all together to be paired up with HQP and Black Storm. And I'd say that in terms of having a Black Panther like Black Storm, or Storm, and a Harley Quinn-esque Deadpool, I'd say they fit in pretty well. Unfortunately, I don't have a normal Harley Quinn or a Deadpool or even a Storm, but I don't mind it too much since I'm still really happy with how these two turned out. I'm really happy with how these two fit in, just kind of looking both badass and crazy next to some of my other figures, and you'll definitely see that in the little photo shoot that I did. But yeah, that's all I really have to say about them. I just really like how they look. I'm really glad I was able to work on this with my mom. Like I said before, we're definitely going to be making more of these types of figures. It was just really fun to work on, and I guys hope you enjoyed this video. This was supposed to come out around her birthday, but stuff got busy. So hopefully I'll be able to have this done by Christmas Eve, make it a little present before I take a little bit of a break. I hope you guys enjoy that when it comes out. I hope you enjoy your Christmas Eve, all that good stuff. I know I definitely will. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.
If you say you need me one more day. Don't be sorry, this is my journey to find my whereabouts. I'm so happy to take on a burden to free my destiny. You need me one more day.